New Stryker 955, all decked out and done for Daryl. We've got you all completed. This is a very heavily modified 955, but it's kind of a sleeper, you know, because it ain't gonna show on everything all down the sides. We kept it all slick and neat, nice looking. But anyway, we've got a full tune out done to this radio, upgraded finals, echo board, upgraded echo board, hi-fi transmit, hi-fi receive with a filter. We've got variable peak right here. So what we done is we put the echo board and set it perfect on the inside, and then we took and used this variable control position, put a different potentiometer and all that stuff in here, and we were using a the variable peak is here and the variable average swing is here. So this controls the bird average swing on the back control here, and this one controls the bird peak, or not bird peak, any peak swing. So this controls the peak power swing and the average power swing. So this radio will go all the way down to around 30 watts peak and all the way up to around 130 watts peak. The average will go all the way down depending on how low you got your carrier and, you know, the peak and everything else. If you get everything cut all the way down, you're going to be down there around 5-6 birds. So it's got full control for sure. We've got some other options as well. Like on the back here, I've got the MP3 with line level recording, like people are used to, so you can record people line level and also play back music underneath or over top of your voice or whatever sound or whatever. We've got another flip switch down here. Now this is a studio switch, so flipped in the up position here is for the modded D104 that I have this radio set up for. By the way, you need to keep it on setting 5. This is missing its tag. I'll grab you another one here. But anyway, modded D104, setting number 5 here. Stay in the up position for your open microphones, like your power mics, like a 575, this modded D104 that I've done, a Lollipop D104, 878, any open dynamic microphone power mic. And then in the down position for your closed off narrow muddy microphones, like your Road Kings and the Statics and Rangers and all that type of stuff. The noise canceling mics, they're a lot more narrow, and if you try to push too much bass, they distort. The studio microphone comes really bassy and muddy, so I have to roll off bass to match up with it correctly as well. So down, in the down position is going to be for your studio microphones, in the up position is going to be for your modded D104 open dynamic microphones. And like I said, we got the MP3 with the line level back there as well. Let's see. I think I've went over most all the options here on this radio. Oh, we've also got a Vfo Wind Up Mod. The Vfo Wind Up is actually set internally on the inside, so you have to make sure that you pause for, you know, a second or so before you speak to give it time to wind up onto frequency. My voltage shows 14.9 here. I'm actually at 14.67, so it's a couple tenths of a volt high. Let's go ahead and demonstrate what kind of output we're doing. Got the power all the way up and the peak and the average all the way up as well, and we'll see what we are modulating to. Actually, we check our carrier first. So from the high all the way up on the carrier, I'm keying a little better than 16 watts. All the way down on the carrier, I'm keying about 1/3 of a watt or so. So anywhere from 1/3 of a watt all the way up to 16 watts would be the control. All right, so we'll check at the next scale here. We're on a 200 scale. We're on peak, and we'll check and see what we are modulating to here with everything all the way up. We're going to 130 peak watts right there. We'll check out our average. This is a 100 watt slug here. We are modulating to around 64, 65 average here, and said about 130 peak watts or so. Spectral purity here, looking good on the spectrum analyzer. If you can watch through the refresh rate, 141 is what it's reading with the tone, and I'll read it with my voice. Audio, 144.8. Hello, 1-2 audio, 144.8. Alright, so check out spectral purity one more time. Everything's looking good. You can tell my signal is buried off off the scale, so I'm measuring at a low enough value to see the harmonics. I'm at 0 on my reference. 30 megahertz span. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to cut this peak control all the way down. I'll go ahead and cut my carrier down to keep it proportionate. You know, we'll just cut it all the way down too for now. So peak is all the way down, carrier's all the way down, bird average is still up. So we'll check and see what we're modulating to now. We're getting up there to pretty much 40 watts peak right there. So now I will take the average control and roll it all the way down as well. And now we are only modulating to 30 watts peak. So we can get all the way down to 30 watts peak. And we'll check and see if we can read this on a 100 watt slug. Looks like about 8 bird. So we can get all the way down to 8 bird and 30 watts peak here. All right, so what else do we want to test? I guess I can roll the peak all the way back up, the average all the way up, the carrier all the way up, and then we will see what it does all the way up on the average and then all the way down on the average. So we're looking at a 100 watt slug. We are modulating to our 64 average here, and then I'll take and cut this all the way down on the average power swing, and we are going to 38. So anywhere from 38 to 64 from the variable bird swing control there, and that is from a higher carrier, from the 16-17 watt carrier. If I drop this carrier down, it's going to drop the average output because it is dependent on carrier of what it's going to swing to on average with any export style radio. All right, so and keep the average down. We get our carrier in position. Go ahead and maybe put the mic gain around 3 o'clock. Well, I can just leave it wide open, you know, somewhere close to real close to wide open. And we'll demonstrate, see how it sounds. I don't know if I got enough hands to do what I need to do here. I'll try to put these headphones on my ear. I don't like pausing the video or setting my phone down. All right, so I got my headphones in right here. I'll go ahead and cut my monitor volume, you know, at a volume that I can hear and we can record off of. Somewhere in here, probably be pretty close. All right, so I'm going to take this stock microphone off of here, and I will plug in. By the way, that 64 versus the 60 I usually see on average may have been helping me out with the stock mic being a little hot. But anyway, setting 5 on the D104, just like what you would want to run it at. And we got 3 o'clock just for a reference on our mic gain control. All right, so let me plug in to my adapter here without pressing my button on my phone and ending the video by mistake like I did a while ago. All right, so let me plug in here. You're not going to be able to hear me no more. We're going to be line level into the receiver of my monitor radio with this cable coming out of my monitor. I got a little Samsung adapter to go with my new phone here. All right, so let me plug in.
All right. I'm keying up with this handheld D104. I'm recording too high, so let me get Darren to hold the phone for me for just a second, and I'm going to cut down my monitor. I could tell I'm way too loud in my monitor, so I'm going to cut that down right around in here. Hello, 1, 2, breaker. But anyway, you can hear how it sounds out here. I really need to get a different position on my phone so I don't click a button. All right. Hello, 1, 2, breaker. We see the outputs looking real good here. Spectral purity is looking good as well. All right, and what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to demonstrate the switch for the studio microphone. So I'm going to reach back here, and I'm going to flip down on this switch, and you'll get to hear the change in the sound. I flip down right there, and you can hear the bass just roll out of my voice with that hard bass cut to match up to the studio microphones. And I'm going to flip the switch back up, and you can hear the bottom end come back in my voice. So now let me demonstrate with something like a noise canceling microphone. I'll grab this static 636 and go ahead and flip to the down position here. 1 second here. All right, so now I've got the 636 static microphone on here, and if I flip up to the up position here, hello 1, 2, you can tell it gets muddy. It can't really handle this much boost. It needs to be in a position closer to the down position like's made for these mics. It can handle a little bit more gain and a little bit higher than what the down position is right here, but you get the idea, because when it's up here, it's muddy. It's just too much, too many lows. So let me unplug and plug back into the correct mic. And now you can hear it's open. Now ignore that first second that I keyed say it now because my VFO was winding up on the frequency. And a matter of fact, I've never tried this, but let me try that. I'm going to try to demonstrate the wind up real quick here. But anyway, I just flipped the radio to sideband so y'all could hear the VFO wind up. But anyway, sorry for the raw video. Maybe we got a decent explanation going on so y'all could see what's happening out here in the world of sound. D-Rail stepping off of this customized radio.
All right, that's it, folks. Like I said, just to go over one last time, make it real quick. Peak power here, average output here, carrier here, echo board set perfect internal, studio switch on the back. Up is in the high bass mode for the open mics, down is for the studio microphone that's closed off. MP3 with a line level out the back, hi-fi transmit, hi-fi receive, upgraded finals, etc. Appreciate you, Daryl. Take care. Hope you enjoy the radio.